Hi Virgo, how are you guys? Please don't be upset. Oh, my hair is all messed up. Please don't be upset with me, y'all. I know it's late in the month. I apologize. I promise you in February you will be one of the first signs up. Scout's honor. Okay? But, there's still almost 2 weeks left in the month. So this reading is not going to be pointless. I'm Chris, by the way. Welcome to your January 2018 reading. So guys, I just want to jump right into it, right? There's a lot of astrology happening this month. All this Capricorn energy. Lots of Capricorn. Saturn, Sun, Moon. I think right now we're in Aquarius season, but point being, there's a lot of energy there. And here we go. First card up, we have the Fool. I like this as a start, right? So I think for this month, guys, you're going to see Virgo getting a little loose, like loosey-goosey, right? I mean that in just like a way of being at ease, of being relaxed, at having just this sense of like things are going okay, right? This also feels like creativity to me, which is what I wanted to mention when I was just starting. Like with Capricorn, that's in your house of creativity, all this planetary energy, right? So with Saturn in Capricorn for the next 2.5 years, there's a big emphasis on Virgo about using your creative powers. About this sort of came up with Aquarius very similarly, like not letting good enough be enough, right? Not wasting your potential or your energy or your, whatever it may be on people who aren't worth it, on specifically jobs that aren't worth it, right? Pursuits, creative pursuits, professional pursuits that aren't worth it. And with the Fool coming up as your central situation here, I think it's time to take a leap of faith. I think it's time for Virgo to take a chance. To me, the Fool kind of feels like a restless energy. And so I think what this is saying is like Virgo's feeling a little restless. Virgo's ready to like venture out into what bigger and better things lie ahead for you guys. And we have that Leo eclipse coming at the end of the month. In your 12th house, your house of the subconscious. So it's really time to like dig deep, to reflect, and make changes. That's what the Fool here is telling me, right? Queen of Wands popping out. This is about creative energy. This is about the potential of your artistry, of your, and I don't want to say artistry like to, if you're not an artistic person or you're not an artist, right? That doesn't rule you out here. To me, Virgo has this very sort of, some people would say like you guys are materialistic just because you're concerned with like the material trappings, right? And that manifests differently for different Virgos. Some Virgos love brands. Some Virgos love nice restaurants. Some Virgos like vacations, right? So whatever it is, what my point underneath all of this is that there's this very creative element to how you live your life. Almost similar to Libra, where you want things to be beautiful. You want your life to look sexy. And that makes you feel sexy. And it's funny I said sexy. The Queen of Wands is this very sexual, creative fire kind of energy. I have the light on this side. I want to light it up more. Anyway. Give me 1 second. Yarr. Hello. We're really close, aren't we? Hi. Better. I like that. Okay. So like this, right? It's about, adjusting your life to look the way you want it to. To say like fuck it to convention, to what things are supposed to be, to how you're supposed to be in relationships, to how you're supposed to work, to what you're supposed to be doing. I think Virgo has been feeling themselves. I think you guys have been feeling this creative energy. We're at the end of January, right? So this first card up kind of suggests to me like the way things have been. Virgo is coming into their power. Virgo is coming into their creative power, their drive, their sexuality. Now, it's just about what direction you're going to channel that in. It's one thing to like feel the power of Virgo, but it's another thing to, know what your adventure is. To know like in what way you want to channel that. Right? And the Fool is very guided by intuition. He's guided by divinity, sure, if that's how you see it, right? But what I always emphasize in this card is look at the animals, right? So you have the butterfly, which is kind of like leading the way. And then you have the monkey, which is warning of danger. And to me right now, the alligator is sort of like painful lessons. You know how sometimes like you almost put yourself through things, right? So what the point of this is that when with all that energy in your 12th house, like I was saying at the end of the month, of your subconscious, of your inner world, it's really time to like understand yourself from within, almost like a subconscious place. Does that make sense, Virgo? Because the Queen of Wands is very self-assured. She's very confident. She knows who she is, she knows what she wants, and she can get it. She can get whatever she wants. Yeah, she could get it. Yeah, she can. Ooh. Ooh. But so far, I'm feeling a lot of creativity, a lot of art, a lot of beautiful stuff. And again, if you're not a materialistic person, I'm sure you can enjoy an adventure, right? I'm sure you can enjoy traveling. Look, Four of Wands. So, peace in the home life, right? I feel like Virgo is feeling very comfortable in their domestic situations. Whether that's like peace with your family, peace with your partner, or even your roommate. I feel like with the Four of Wands, there's a sense of comfort. And it's kind of hard to come to this place when you're in this place, right? Sometimes the Queen of Wands to me is about being comfortable. Sometimes she can represent I don't know if this is a traditional interpretation, but sort of the status quo, right? With the way she's just kind of sitting there. At the best, it's like accomplishments and like resting on your successes, on your laurels, but at its worst, it's a very different energy than like this foolhardy, like, let's just go and like see what happens kind of energy, right? Very different. But I think what the cards are saying, guys, is it's not like you have to give up those comforts. I think this is a little bit about not being complacent, right? I normally wouldn't interpret these cards this way, but when you have the Fool energy here, like I just keep getting called back to this. Where I can almost like feel the restlessness, the desire and the drive for more. I don't know, again, this isn't coming from the cards, but I got the sense that like maybe it's because you've experienced more. Maybe you feel like something is lacking and it's because you're used to having something or you're familiar with something, like say you had a great loved ones and you've been single for a while, but now you're almost feeling that like that lack, that remembering of what you had once. And that's making you kind of feel restless, kind of making you want to like go harder and do more and do better. Or like you had a job where you were killing it and then for one reason or another you had to change positions and now maybe where you're at is not giving you the potential, is not letting you develop, right? Virgo is a sign of self-development. It's a sign of growth, right? And then with Capricorn, which is also a sign of growth, of upward mobility, that energy combined is like really making your feet itchy. And we have the world. What was I just saying about feeling like there's something that's missing? Feeling that there's something you want. Like, look at these cards together. To me, this is starting off in a place of complacency and like satisfaction. And there's nothing wrong with that, but then like when we move on to here, it's sort of like saying that this is sort of causing a little bit of lack of this, the world, where you're just feeling like you're killing it when you're doing everything like that you should be, when you're on your path, when you're feeling totally fulfilled. I don't know if with the world here, it's saying that Virgo is feeling very fulfilled. I feel like you guys are maybe missing that relationship. I think you guys are missing the traveling. I think you guys are missing maybe even a little bit of fun. Right? With the world here, it's potential. It's creative potential to have everything you desire, to be anything you desire, to live the life you desire. So are you going to venture out, Virgo, and take a chance on something new? It's up to you. I mean, do you want this fulfillment? Do you want this satisfaction of the world? I feel like not you guys in particular. I think Taurus is definitely more of that like stubborn earth sign, but I think all earth signs, it's kind of hard to tell you guys anything. You know what I mean? Like you kind of think you know what you want, and you do, right? Like Virgo is a very sensitive, intuitive sign. But then it's also possible to feel the lack and like not know why. Why am I feeling this way? I don't know. But like if you sit with yourself and get real about it, maybe you will. Use that eclipse energy to go deep and go within and go into the dark places. Last up, we have the Six of Pentacles. So it's almost as if like you want to be able to get. It's like you feel like you want to be able to give of yourself. Right? Like, I actually got a reading this past weekend, and it was a good one. And the Six of Pentacles came up for me, and it was exactly what I was just going to say here with you guys. It's what I was feeling like. Remember what I started off saying about how, like, you felt almost like what this feels like? You've had these experiences where you kind of know what real love feels like. You know what, professional progression feels like, or success. And it's kind of fueling you, right? This is such a good Virgo card because it's like you guys just love to give, right? But it's almost as if what this is saying to me is like that desire to be able to give combined with this World card here. It's almost like implying that you don't maybe feel like you have to give. Maybe Virgo's feeling like I just heard like Virgo in my head saying like I'm spent. I've given a lot of what I have to give. So Virgo, like it's time to nourish yourself, right? And how do you do that? How do you nourish yourself? How do you nourish your own spirit? Taking a leap of faith. I talked to Sagittarius about, this idea of like living your personal legend. Are you in line with your personal legend? That's from The Alchemist. I'm reading that now. I was highly recommend it. Right? But it's about your intuition and what you're being guided towards. Are you in line with that? Are you in line with your passions? And, maybe you're working a job in an industry that you really want to be in, but like, is that position, is that job, is that company doing it for you? Maybe you have a nice relationship, but is that the idea of love that you had in your head? Or maybe you're like happily single, but like, are you? You could be. But if that's the case, like, are you living your single life, you know, the way you wanted to? Is it like matching your vision? Is your life in every regard matching your vision? If not, Virgo, it's time to start working towards it, right? That could be like a lifelong pursuit. But the Fool, again, is saying it's time to get moving. It's time to stop overthinking it. Do you overthink things, Virgo? No, not you. Okay. I'll take all of them. 3 cards just flew out here. I'll work with it. I was looking for 2 path cards, but fuck it. Let's just do what we want. Hierophant. High Priestess. 10 of Cups. So just to clarify for you guys, a lot of times the Hierophant is known as the High Priest. Do you see anything here? Remember what I was saying about relationships and family? Are you looking for your other half? Are you looking for that like family fulfillment? Do you miss that? Or is it like just not on the path? So like what this is all saying to me is like maybe family relationships haven't been up to par with what you want. Maybe you're missing something there, right? You're missing some sense of joy that you once had. Maybe you're missing your significant other, right? So I'm going to interpret these a couple ways. One, I'm going to interpret these as like consorts, right? The High Priest and the High Priestess. This desire to sort of be with your other half. Doesn't matter like what sex you are and what you're watching this, like this is, or what your preference is, like your orientation, this is a match. A fateful match, which is what I was going to say next. Like the High Priestess, we're talking about the 12th house stuff, right? The High Priestess is about going within. The High Priestess is about that energy being brought into the world in a real way, right? Into a family. Do you want a family, Virgo? Do you want connection with people? This could be friends that are like a family. You know, this could be regular, just your family relationships are torn a little bit. This could be just a desire to like start your own family. But like to go back to this and to incorporate like all of these majors here. This is about fate, right? These cards are very spiritual. Coupled with these cards, these are also very spiritual. It's the Alpha Omega, the beginning and the end. Where things start, where things end. The beginning of the hero's journey and the end of the hero's journey. Yeah? So to me, there's a feeling of destiny in a weird way. Everything we've been talking about with intuition and going within and being guided towards your personal journey, your personal legend. And it doesn't have to be that grandiose. Like, yes, we're looking at 4 major arcana, so it's kind of a big deal. You're kind of a big deal, aren't you? But again, this could be like your day job is dissatisfying. It's out of line with what you really want to do. Your relationship is dissatisfying. Being single is dissatisfying. Whatever it is that you're dealing with personally, Virgo, it's not doing it for you. And again, to go back to the Alchemist, that's why they talk about like, you can tell when somebody's like pursuing their personal legend or not. How do you know? Do they feel this way? Are they excited? Are they enthusiastic? Right? Are they chasing the dream? Or are they kind of going through the motions? Right? That complacency I was talking about. that like just kind of satisfaction with the way things are because like they're good enough. Bottom of the deck so far, 10 of Wands. Very different from the 10 of Cups, huh? Like the opposite in terms of like emotional energy. This is that sense of dissatisfaction I was feeling before. You know, working. This is like, right now, a card of like going through the motions. And are you feeling this, dude? Virgo, are you feeling that weight on your back? Even if it's not like a weight in terms of like, this is too much to bear. It's a weight in terms of like, I don't even know if this is worth the struggle. Is keeping this a relationship alive worth the struggle? Is grinding my way through this job worth the struggle? Are trying to keep these friendships alive worth the struggle? Probably not. If you're here with me, don't you have something better to do? Okay. So I'm just gonna pull a couple more. I usually do paths and the outcomes, but we had those cards pop out, so we'll just like kind of go with what we got here. Just like go a little intuitive at this point. What else do we have for Virgo? What else do we have for Virgo? What else do we have for Virgo? Didn't this come for you guys last time with the when I talked about the Libra? It did. So is this Libra on your mind, Virgo? Is this Libra like still a factor? I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Tell me. I want to know. But of course, like, if you are dealing with a Libra, that's only going to pertain to a couple of you, right? I mean, like, if a couple of thousand people watch this, or maybe not because it's so late in, whatever. A fraction of you will probably be dealing with Libra, right? Based out of probability. It's not going to be everybody. But if there's a Libra factoring prominently into your life, I think last time I said you were moving on. I'm not feeling that strongly this time. I mean, look, it fell on top of this, right? I was just talking about with the coupling. So maybe Virgo, take a chance with that Libra. Either way, what have I been saying this whole time about fate and destiny and your personal legend and whether or not you're aligned with it? And the alpha and the fucking omega. Like, this card is just kind of repeating everything I've been saying. Align yourself with your fate. Imagine these scales. Like, what are you putting energy into? Is it balanced? Right? Are you feeling like one thing is a little too heavy and then, like, you know, this other part of your life is being neglected? But again, like, guys, your fate, your personal story. What is that going to be, Virgo? Like, align that bitch. What else do we have for Virgo? You know, like, very, very fateful cards. And again, we have so much major arcana here. Lots of cards about, like, being guided by spirit. Being guided by, like, your higher self. Of your more major arcana. The Emperor. So, I'm not always going to do these kinds of readings because like I don't like to just toss out zodiac signs. But this, as I was just talking about Libra, like if y'all are dealing with an Aries as well, no, I'm not going there. Emperor. The only reason I went with the Libra is because I got that last month. And I felt it and it showed up again. But the Emperor. Taking control of like your fate. Being in your power. All that thing I said about, where was it before? Which card was it before that I said like, oh yeah, these two. About the inner world and the outer world. But like both ultimately like being spirit. Being like the higher power, the higher self, their intuition, right? With the Emperor, this is about taking hold of that power and making it manifest. This suggests to me Virgo might be taking these leaps, right? Because Virgo wants this. Virgo wants this. Virgo wants to be able to feel this way again. So big changes, Virgo, right? I feel like going into February, you're going to start to feel a little different. You're going to start to feel a little more powerful. You're going to start to feel a little bit more like yourself. In control. Empowered. All right, so I'm just going to do one more card. One more thing for Virgo. What else do we have to say for Virgo? And then I'm going to go ahead and do the Nature Nurture Oracle cards. And then we're going to move on. You know what? I'm done with these. Let's just see bottom of the deck right one more time. King of Pentacles, again, just like another theme here of self-mastery, of control over your outer world, over your outer existence, over taking your destiny and your fate into your hands, taking the responsibility of your dreams into your own hands. Virgo. All right, so we're going to do Nature Nurture Oracle, and then I'm going to let you guys peace the fuck out. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I love the little community here that we're building. I love the dialogue here. Also, I wanted to throw out there, I still have personal readings available for this month. They're on sale for 40% off through January. So pick some of those up. I think I have a limited amount left, just in terms of like having the time to be able to accommodate them all. But yeah, check that out. That's all in the description below. I mean, so far Virgo. Oh, let me show you the cards. Messy. This is what happens when you get intuitive, huh? Shites all over the place. Is that how you're feeling, Virgo? A little scattered, a little unsure? I don't think we need to go through them all again, right? We know what's happening. All right, Virgo. So bam, wham, bam. We're gonna pull 3 of these, and then we go down. Butterfly, evolve, beautiful. Wild woman, freedom, yes. And the koi fish, good luck, excellent. This card hasn't come up in a while. I'm very excited to see it. So Virgo, taking control of your life, right? This is the alpha and the omega, right? When they come together, you grow, you create a new existence, a new being. This is Virgo kind of, when I was talking about beauty and like creativity, that's what I see here. Like Virgo wanted to create this beautiful life, this beautiful identity or sense of self, right? That's this. That's the letting go that I mentioned in the beginning. Of letting yourself become like your almost like your truest self. And going for it, like how these cards are so similar to each other to me, right? With the Wild Woman and the Fool. She's just guided by intuition. She's guided by a sense of freedom, a sense of having like, I feel like I want to say, like, having a place in things, in the world, right? In her world. But this is also very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very strong, fiery energy. Like the suggestion here is to embody this energy. It's almost like you have to really go for it. You have to have like courage, like the Fool, right? Just faith. Faith in yourself. Faith that you know what's best for you. And then you have to relentlessly pursue it. She's not afraid to act. She's not afraid to move. She has no reason to be. She's free. And then, I mean, like, if you need a reassurance that everything is going to be all right, that your, like, risks are going to pay off, good fortune. Like, ending up here. Since Six of Pentacles, right? That just abundance. That feeling of abundance. Focus on that, right? In closing, guys, I'm going to say that. Like, if you focus on abundance and focus on the feeling of abundance, I think things are going to start to just align so easily. Right? When your eye is on this prize, and I don't just mean money, I mean like all kinds of abundance, emotional abundance, abundance of love, abundance of good times, of friends and family, then like this becomes natural. And you just have to kind of go with the flow and get out of your own way. Okay, Virgo, nice reading. Thank you for bearing with me and being so late in the month. Again, private personal readings are in the comments, in the description below. Please like, subscribe. I love it. And guys, again, I promise you, February, you guys will be on time and one of the first up. I promise. But for the next week and a half, almost 2 weeks, get yourself situated within yourself. Focus on abundance. And things are just going to start falling into place. Right? You need to send your cues to the universe that you're ready to receive everything you want to receive. Get some like real law of attraction shit going here. Listen to that kooky lady, Abraham Hicks. Kooky as fuck, but like really good stuff about like vibrations and energy and law of attraction. I like it. I recommend it. Virgo, you're gonna kill it. I believe in you. Adios. Hasta luego. Farewell. Buena suerte. Buenas noches. Te amo. Bye.